Okay, Rihanna continues to wear clothes that shows her pregnant belly. Okay with this, or is a baby bump something that should be covered?
I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. Demi Moore
Once upon a
created the
time.
whole Vanity Fair
Yeah.
cover in '91, I
Mm.
think it was, where
Yep.
she was photographed by the great photographer Annie Leibovitz,
Yep.
and she had nothing on, holding her boobs and the belly. It was
Giant
like 8 months, I guess.
baby bump.
But I
Yep.
think, I know here in LA, not as much in New York when I go back there, but in LA, every woman who's pregnant, they walk around and they are just showing their stomach off. So must be, I don't know, I've never been pregnant, so it must be a rite of passage to do that. And most people think it's a beautiful thing. Look at your stomach. So I say let it rip. I
I,
don't have a
s-
problem.
I'm not qualified to even answer this question because I've never been
That's
pregnant,
true.
right?
That is true.
But my 2 cents from a distance is I also have zero problem with it. I second your emotion. It is the most beautiful thing in life on earth is to actually conceive and deliver another human, and you should
Yeah.
be proud of it. And
Yeah.
again, is a little sort of stunning to me if I
a little
see somebody
jarring
with
when you
their,
see
yeah,
some.
when you
Yeah.
see it, it's like, whoa. But I get it. And
It's an amazing
if
thing.
I were ever pregnant, which obviously I will never be, I would flaunt it because it's God's gift.
It's great.
So I don't have any
But
problem.
I think then there's this whole craziness that's going on that my best friend Francesca called me and she said, I don't know about by you, but do you see women walking around with fake babies? I said, what are you talking about, fake babies? She said, in the city, there's all these women, they're walking around with these fake dolls, but they're not just dolls, they look like babies. So Wall Street Journal did a big article calling about these reborns, these babies that women are
Reborns?
buying these babies for $8,000, $10,000, and they
What?
have big conventions. And it started a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, for women who lost children and they couldn't have children. They would carry just to try to, I guess,
Yeah, get through it. Yeah.
psychologically have a baby.
Yeah.
But now it's gone. I was reading the Wall Street Journal article. You should read it. Call it up. It's about reborn babies, and it's crazy because these women that are successful, accomplished women are walking around with these babies that they look like real babies, and they go to conventions and they all have their babies with them and they dress them and they push them in a carriage and they're strolling with them. I find it insane. I'm sorry. Maybe maybe if you lost the baby, I understand that, and there's some kind of connection that you have to have that get over it. But just for the sake of, hey, it's a trend, and I think I'm going to get a fake baby. I think I'd rather have the Labubu.
She's Miss Labubu
Well, I
now.
only
She
have
got
two.
two.
I only have two.
She won't take
But
them outside. She's
no,
afraid
they
somebody
stay
will
on my
steal them.
desk. They sit by my computer. But Labubu is more sane. It's the trend. It's the Beanie Baby thing. But having a baby and you push it in a carriage and somebody comes over and says, "Oh, look at how old is your baby?" Let me see. Is there a stamp on when it was made in the factory? I mean, it's kind of psycho. And you're spending $8,000 and $10,000 for clothes? I don't know.
Okay. So again, my 2 cents
Yeah,
from a
you don't have
distance
it,
on
but
this.
yeah.
But are these women sort of reaching back to the emotions of their childhood when they had dolls who meant the
No, I
world to
read there was
them?
an article of this woman, very successful. She has grandchildren. She's in her late 60s. She's working, and she just likes the idea of having this. She goes to the baby conventions.
Okay. How many of those aged women
Yeah.
are reaching back for those great
No.
times in their 20s, maybe 30s,
No.
when they actually had an infant
There
to
are
carry
women in their
around, to
30s doing
mother?
this. In this article, it's a very good article. Wall Street Journal. It just came out end of July. Reborn babies. Why are people carrying $8,000 babies?
Okay, if you actually fool people into thinking you have an infant child that you are
Yeah.
squiring around town,
Yeah.
is that a cool thing? Like, then, oh, it's so great you have a.
Do you remember the Lucy episode? There's the Lucy episode. I'm a big I Love Lucy fan.
Is she
I know
the
every
biggest
episode.
ever? I'm pretty big.
When they go to when
Yeah.
they go to Lucerne, they go to
Oh,
Italy.
yeah,
When
it's
Ricky's and
cheese.
she wants to bring home that big Parmesan cheese, and it's
Yeah.
like a big cheese. And she and Ethel come up with the idea: let's wrap it in a baby blanket and say that it's a baby
On the
and they
plane.
bring it on the plane.
Yeah.
And then the flight attendant comes over and she goes, "Can I see a baby?" She goes, "Oh no, she's very shy. She's very shy." And then they realize they have to get rid of it. So they go and they start cutting it up in the back, and they're trying to eat the big cheese, and they stuff it in. All of the bands had their trombones and trumpets.
She loves
And
the
when
stuff.
the
I do
next
too.
day,
It's
it's
funny.
funny. Then the next morning when they have to start playing, all the cheese is oozing out of all the trumpets, and it was funny. It's
funny.
like that. But what about how many people do we see pushing babies that have dogs in there?
A lot.
I don't
We go
understand
to our
that. We have
nearby
them in the
outdoor
complex.
mall. In the complex. We're in a
That
gated
one
community. Yeah.
has 2 dogs. I don't understand that either.
They push them in a baby carriage. Well, then you defeat the goal is to get some exercise for the dog, and now you're pushing him in a
I
baby
don't
carriage?
know.
What? Well, isn't that your motherly instinct kicking back in?
No, I don't think it's about a mother thing at all. It's just this.
Well, what is it?
I
You're
don't
not
know.
explaining. I just gave you 3 theories. You gave me
No,
none.
I don't think
You
it- I
just
think it's
said you're
just-
just dismissing it as insane.
I don't
Which
get
is
it.
it?
Somebody that Joyce works with, they push their cat in a baby carriage with a net over it.
Okay.
Hazel would eat the carriage.
Yeah, she would.
She would eat the handle before we could even get it out.
She's trying to get out as we speak.
We got a tiger loose.
Wow, that's something. Okay. You still have.
I have
I'm
no
not
idea.
convinced.
I don't
Okay.
know, but check out the article. I think
I'm
it's
the
funny.
psychiatrist here.